Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. And today I'll be reading a multi-character listener by me. So let's get into it. Albedo. Albedo would instantly get it. He's very observant and extremely smart. So you having Hanahaki and trying to hide it would not mean that he wouldn't get it. He would connect the pieces and the dots. And eventually arrive to the conclusion that you do indeed have a Hanahaki, and might be hiding it from him. But there arose a question. Why would you hide it? He could help you. There was absolutely no reason for you to hide it. Unless maybe you just weren't ready for him to know it all. Unless you were scared of him knowing. And wouldn't that be the truth? Only if you loved him. That's why he goes up to you, holding your hand in his, and straight up asks you if you like him. Because he does like you. He loves you. He has done so for ages, but you've never gotten a hint. So he will not let you suffer. And he figures by probably putting you on the spot like that, you won't be able to come up with a lie. And indeed he's right. You blush brightly, stammering and stumbling over your words, before finally just nodding, telling him that you indeed do love him. And he just softens, kissing you, and telling you you're such an idiot for thinking that you can hide that and the fact that you had Hanahaki from someone like him. He is right though. You really underestimated him, didn't you? Venti would figure it out pretty quickly, and he would know. But he doesn't know how to approach it, and he doesn't know how to deal with it. He's trying to figure out his feelings for you, but before long, he can finally come to the conclusion that he does indeed love you, and that's why he goes to you and surprises you with a date. You have no idea where you're going at first, where he's taking you, but you do end up at a pretty romantic place. And there he is, smiling and telling you that he loves you and that he wants to be with you. That's when all the pain in your chest disappears, and you smile, hugging him tightly as you cry into his shirt. And even as you try to explain, he just hushes you gently, stroking your hair with his hand and whispering that he knows. He knows what you're going through, all of it. So no need to try and explain. Just let it out. That's all he wants. Danari. Danari would know because he's heard about Hanahaki before and tried to treat people who had the same illness. However, it was extremely difficult and seemed more like a curse than just an illness to treat. But he'd be familiar with the symptoms. Even worse, you're not really that good at hiding, so he can figure it out even if he wasn't trying to. And he's worried, extremely so. He doesn't know how to approach you about this, but he ends up doing so anyway. He doesn't want to risk losing you. And since it's pretty much incurable, unless you decide to get amnesia instead, then, and only then, will you be able to live. That's why I stuck trying to convince you, trying to tell you the truth of what you're choosing here. But you already know. And then he asks you who it is, why you would do so much for them, when they don't desire you, when they don't deserve your love. But you shake your head instantly at that, telling him that they do. You just can't tell them because you're the one undeserving. And in that moment, he begs you to tell them because he knows that you're so easy to love and that you're one of the most lovely human beings in the universe. He asks him how he knows that, why he would think that, when he knew it was all just a lie. And that's when he screams at you that he loves you, that you're so blind to it all along, that he doesn't care if you can't love him back. That's not what he wants. He just wants you to live. And in that one moment, it all disappears. The pain and the heartache replaced with the relief and love. You stumble into his arms, laughing and crying at the same time, telling him that you truly were an idiot for not believing him all along. You had Donari by your side all along, but he still never managed to realize how much he was so in love with you. Truly an idiot's mistake. But being an idiot, and specifically Donari's idiot, didn't sound so bad. Shao, it's only who figures it out. At least, figures out that you're in love with him. He can find out that you have Hanahaki. He's not stupid, but he never figures it out. The fact that you're hiding all of this, because you're scared of him knowing, because you love him, and don't want to face rejection. And trolleys want to give him clues. And even though he doesn't believe it at first, but when he confronts you about it, and confesses his love to you, it's the most beautiful thing ever. For him, and for you. The two of you are shocked when you say the same 3 words at the same time. I love you. And that day also marks the day of your first kiss. Probably because you couldn't handle not kissing him right there and then. He was amazing after all. And he did just confess to you in the most beautiful way. Child, he'd be extremely worried. Like really worried. He has no idea why you just won't tell him what's going on with you. He knows something is wrong, and something big, because you're hiding so much, and you're refusing to even look him in the eyes whenever he asks you about what's wrong with you. And when he offers to take you to a doctor, you keep denying it, until you pass out in his arms, blood dripping from your mouth. That's when he takes you to one, without you agreeing, of course. And that's when he also gets the news of you having Hanahaki. But this time, he will not leave you alone. He insists you get treatment. He doesn't care what happens. He doesn't care if you forget him or forget the love of your life. Screw them. If they can't love you, they don't deserve you. And after a little bit of an argument, your responses getting heated as you went back and forth, you just tell him that he's such a damn idiot. Because it was him whom you loved for so long. That's why you could never want to forget. He didn't want to forget the moments between the two of you, and he would rather die than do. He almost wants to hit himself at that moment, because he kind of felt guilty for being the reason that you're hurting, but also for not figuring it out any sooner. That's when he cups your face in his hands, asking if he just may do something, and you nod, eager for him to do whatever he wants. And he pulls you close, kissing you softly, and apologizing for being so stupid, too stupid to even notice the hints he had been dropping all the way. He loved you too. He really has. But he's been too nervous to say it. But now that the two of you know that the other shares the same feelings, it's no problem anymore. You just have to make up for what's lost. And what better way than that than by going on a date? To his apartment, of course. If you spend the night, no one else needs to know. But what needs to be known is that it was very fun. And very exciting. As are all your experiences as a child, of course.